The first colonists to arrive in these lands were amazed at the strange appearance of all the animals. Even the swans were black, rather than the white ones they were used to hunting back in Europe. There is a large population of black swans in continental Australia, Tasmania and New Zealand, where they were introduced by man. Weighing almost 9 kilos and with a wingspan of nearly 2 meters, this male leaves us in no doubt that this is his territory. Everywhere, the strange creatures like the Cape Barren goose were evidence that this world is quite unlike anything they had seen before. Each type of forest, each branch has its specialists who have evolved to best exploit the resources of the island. Isolation has made it possible to develop exclusive designs adapted to particular ecological niches. The white cockatoo eats fruits, while the black yellowtail cockatoo devours insect larvae, taking the place of the woodpeckers, which don't exist here. Now he's feeding his almost fully grown chick. Apart from the bright colors, some birds look very familiar. However, in the interior of the rainforests hide others of less conventional appearance. The giant nightjar or frogmouth spends its day imitating a broken branch. And that's discreet if we compare it with the flaming colors of the cockatoos. But the real evolutionary winners on this island are a family of mammals which came to Australia from the forests of Gondwana. Free from the predators of the outside world, the marsupials like these grey kangaroos were able to diversify here in Australia. Almost all their close relatives who remained in America were devoured by the powerful enemies who invaded from the north. Here in safety, the marsupials have been able to conserve their own particular means of reproduction, a short gestation and protective pouches in which they hide their young. Mothers with balconies whose children do not want to leave home. Australia and Tasmania are now home to so many types of marsupial that they have adapted to all environments and all the levels of the ecological pyramid. Here, marsupials occupy all those places where, in the rest of the world, we would find mammals with placentas. This is proof that similar conditions and needs created morphologically similar forms, evolutionary convergence. Without this, the kangaroos would be the equivalent of the deer in the northern hemisphere. These many thousands of years of separate evolution gave this animal a different role from that of our badgers. This is the wombat. Chubby and cute-looking, the wombat also has its marsupials pouch, though with the opening at the back, so it doesn't get full of soil when it digs. The first reports of them were brought back following a shipwreck, and they were described as a kind of wild pig. On the long rainy days, the first Europeans told and exaggerated these stories by the light of the fires in their cabins. And when night fell in the southern hemisphere, the ancestral imported fears of the colonists resurfaced. Ghosts and goblins found here the perfect atmosphere in which to emerge from the mist. Marsupial darkness is full of shadows playing the hide-and-seek of death, whether they want to or not. I spy. I spy. What do you spy? A ring-tailed possum. A vegetarian that tries to remain unnoticed. For those men, animals like these were hardly appetizing from a gastronomic point of view, but they soon came to appreciate their furs and hunted and killed vast numbers of them. Despite this, these old elves of Gondwana have been able to survive. Small in size, they only come out at night in search of fruits or flowers among the branches, the same branches whose shadows they fear. And their fear is justified. Some of their marsupial relatives eat meat and have evolved into efficient predators ready to pounce on any unwary creature. He must be constantly listening out. His defense is to remain very still. Others, however, have a rather more active way. The Little Tasmanian beetong, a jumper and the forest-dwelling relative of the big kangaroos, has stopped searching for mushrooms and insects because he doesn't like our game. I spy. What do you spy? The eastern quoll, one of the native cat species, specialized in hunting invertebrates and small prey on the forest floor. He has adapted well to the pasture created by man, even becoming man's friend, as he devours large quantities of insects. He is not an enemy of the beetong or the possum when they are adults, but he would not hesitate to attack a young bandicoot. And there he's found one. The family of the bandicoots ate absolutely everything. They are marsupials, but their small legs are like those of the herbivores and their teeth are like carnivores. So their body is rather like a unique combination of different evolutionary traits. But just being 40 centimeters long, a bandicoot never knows when he's eating his last meal. The giant quoll is out on the prowl, so it'd be better to make a run for it. The giant or spotted-tailed quoll is a killer of 4 kilos in weight, extremely intelligent and skilled at hunting among the upper branches. This is the marsupial version of the European pine marten. As his life is closely linked to the shrinking forest, his future is uncertain. And to make matters worse, domestic cats and foxes introduced by man are rivals for the same kind of food. Nonetheless, for as long as he survives, no bird or possum is safe when the giant quoll is out looking for victims.